All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to go ahead and call to order the Downtown Development Authority of Fairburn's meeting this evening. I'm going to start by calling roll to ensure that we have a quorum for this meeting. If I say your name and you're present, please indicate your presence in this meeting. Latesha McCoy. Patricia Chambers. Todd Ireland.
Present.
Homer Knight.
Here.
Mika Smith.
Present. Y'all hear me?
Yes. Chris Wiley.
Okay.
Okay. All right. With
About a 7.
With 5 board members present, we do have a quorum. I would first like to proceed with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the first item of the agenda that I have is approval of this agenda. Can I please have a motion that we approve this agenda?
This is Todd Ireland. I move that we approve the agenda as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Aye.
The ayes have it. The next agenda item is approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. There, from my understanding, there is some revisions that need to be
Yes, sir.
undertaken.
It's a revision.
Okay.
So those updates, Chairman, will be made, and we'll have that posted back on the agenda for approval during our next meeting.
It's fine. All right, so with that understanding, we're gonna skip agenda item number 4 and come back to it at a future meeting. Number 5 is presentations and discussions, and I have 5.1 as student immersive learning partnership with Global Impact Academy.
Yes. We have Dr. Andrea Pruitt here with us from Global Impact Academy. During last year, the Development Authority and DDA participated in a student immersive program where a group of Global Impact students presented a mock trial to our mayor and city council. One of the projects that they worked on was the Adopt a Planter program. They've also been instrumental in providing feedback for our LCI Gateway connectivity study, as well as moving forward. There are some programs that they will be working with the Development Authority on. So this is just an update, and so we welcome Dr. Andrea Pruitt.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to be here again to present to you information regarding Global Impact Academy and the partnership and the immersive program we have with the city of Fairburn. I would first like to thank, I think there's a PowerPoint that will be up here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll begin with talking about our partnership and what year it began. It began in 2023, and it developed as part of a project that Ms. Abernathy alluded to, the Adopt a Planter. So the Adopt a Planter is where we had our students to volunteer their time after school with our gardening club to create planters for the commercial size planters to be placed around the city, the downtown area in front of the businesses. And so our students created 3 models, and they actually came in on last spring to showcase those planters, and so everyone could see what they look like. And then from there, that Adopt a Planter, that was about a year and a half in length, and we had roughly about 10 students, 8 to 10 students that participated in the Adopt a Planter. The other activities that we also participated in with the City of Fairburn in partnership with the Immersive program was the Underpass project, and I understand that one is still currently ongoing right now. So we had a couple of activities where we had students to participate in surveys and pilot sessions to talk about what are some of their ideas that they would like to see for their underpass project. Murals, for example, sitting areas, beautiful landscaping. So they gave a lot of good input for the City of Fairburn to take into consideration. Another program or activity or event that our students participated in with the City of Fairburn in collaboration was the Canopy of Colors. So we had students to participate and design flags and murals that were part of the ceiling in the alleyway here in the City of Fairburn. So that was one that they really enjoyed doing and participating within as well. As I move along here, okay, so I'm just gonna, I have my information here in front of me, so I'm just gonna go off of that. So we've created a lot of information to share with our faculty and staff, so that way they too will also know what types of events and activities we are in partnership with the City of Fairburn. The other one was the Mock City Council that Ms. Abernathy alluded to as well. And we had students probably about 10 or 12 students roughly who took part in the Mock City Council meeting to talk about youth violence. And so that was an opportunity for them to participate and vote on activities or policies that they wanted to see enacted here within the city. And then from there, we also participated in 2 other events here led by the City of Fairburn, which was the Spring Shred and the Spring Cleanup. We had students to volunteer on those 2 particular days as well. They have since graduated, but once we get those slides going, you can actually see them engaged in the activities and helping and being good stewards in the city. And then also we have the partnership that we have with the City of Fairburn, I must say, is very encouraging, because our students love being involved in helping out and doing what they can to help make the city beautiful and do what they can to bring in their expertise. And as far as art and drawing and murals, they're really looking forward to doing and taking part in the Underpass project as well, to continue with that project. And then my AP Environmental Science, and I'm almost done here, my AP Environmental Science students last year, they conducted an impact report for the City of Fairburn for the Underpass project. And so basically what they did was to, oh, here we go, okay. So let me do this. I am going to fast forward. Okay, let me back up then, so since now we have that. So in the beginning, when I mentioned about the Adopt a Planter. So those are the artifacts that the students created during the gardening club after school. The mural, which you see on the far bottom left, is the canopy of colors that the students created as well. And the Underpass project, I'll talk about that with the impact plan. Okay, and so here are the students that participated in the Mock City Council meeting in 2023, actually in April, and they were presented with a plaque, an award for their participation. And here are 2 students here who participated in the Spring Shred and the Spring Cleanup Day. And we also took part in the Rim Fest, so that was an extra treat for us that we enjoyed. That was at the end of the school year in 2023 as well. Now, here's the impact plan a report that I mentioned about that my AP environmental students took part in, and it's an opportunity for them to give input and to analyze the area, collect samples, to do tests on samples for the soil, for the air quality. And so what they talked about basically were different aspects, parameters, if you will. Ecological benefits for having the work done on the underpass project, the social benefits as well. We want to take part and provide some evidence and support for the underpass project and show how that can also be part of the Keep Fairburn Beautiful initiative going. And so they conducted a series of analysis to look at, let's see what, like, for example, if I kind of like go here for the argument and parameters, I had one of my students here look at the air quality, the biodiversity, and the ecosystem services. So we look at, with the construction that's going on, we look at how it affects the air quality, and they gave their assessment of how they could make the air quality a bit more sustainable so that way the work can continue to move forward. For the biodiversity, we looked at things like landscaping and making the area beautiful with a particular type of plants that would be good for this particular area in Georgia, in the city of Fairburn, those that would last throughout the seasons. And then for the ecosystem services, the underpass project itself, we're looking at ways to engage the community. How could we make the area more appealing to visitors so that way they would want to visit again and come back? And they mentioned things about having a mural, having seating there where people could actually go and relax and eat lunch and, you know, meet up with friends and family. And then here's a breakdown of each of the examples that they did for each of the parameters for the air quality and for the biodiversity and the ecosystem services. And then in closing, my students were able to give their input, their final assessment of basically should it move forward or should it not. So we all know that it's going to move forward, but they gave their input in terms of overall that the project is a very good project for the community and for the Keep Fairburn Beautiful initiative. And so their data supported all of the good work that you all are doing here for that. I also have an artifact here from another student from the class, and it breaks down the soil content as well for the underpass project. And then lastly, I have here, next month in November, Seth Pruitt, actually he is my nephew, he's a senior at Global Impact Academy, and he had the opportunity to be selected to be part of the MITES program, MIT's MITES program. And during the program, he participated in a robotics program where he won the Excellence Achievement Award. And he basically constructed and built a prototype for the water system, which is something that we were looking to do for the planters that we built or constructed that you all have. And so he will be here to talk about his presentation, his prototype, and how it works. So it's self-automated, it's not remote controlled. So he wrote the program, the code for it, and so it's something that works. It waters the plants, and it detects soil dryness. So it's a very good opportunity for you to hear and see what students at Global Impact have the capability of doing. And then, lastly, we need you. We would like for you all to consider being judges for our upcoming Science and Engineering Fair, which is going to take place in December. The first week in December, December 3rd and December 5th. And so if you will all check your schedules, and I will give the information, further information to Ms. Abernathy so that way she can pass that along to you. And I thank you again for this opportunity to present this information, and I'll take any questions if you have them at this time.
Thank you for your presentation. Anybody have any comments at this time?
I do, Chair. Thank you very much for the presentation again. And the gentleman, Seth Pruitt, which university is he attending?
He's a senior now at Global Impact, and he's at MIT's, it's the virtual program, and he has aspirations to attend Georgia Tech or UGA or whoever, you know, he will have him, so it's.
The reason why I ask is because I'm a mechanical engineer, and I used to recruit at Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And that's a great school. And I would love to be a judge, but that weekend I'm actually out of state.
Okay,
But yeah, anything I could do to assist Seth
okay.
in his engineering career, I definitely would like to do so.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And he has aspirations to be a mechanical engineer.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well, I want to just thank you and show my appreciation for the program. And it's really good to see these young people getting involved in these activities within the city that they live in, because it can be long-lasting in their lives. It's there. The judges, what does that consist of?
So basically, you would volunteer to judge the science fair projects. It's probably going to be about 52 science fair projects, and it's going to be held at our school, and that will determine the next level that they go to. So after the school level science fair, they go on to the district level. And we did have one student at Global Impact to place district level 3rd place, so I'm excited about that. So I'm coming back this year in full numbers. So if you would be able to share or participate and help judge some of those projects so we can determine who will go to the next level, and then that would be great. So and that's pretty much it. You'll have the judging rubric to use to score the science fair projects.
And the timing of the program, how long is it? Ceremony?
Sorry?
How long is the ceremony?
How long is what?
This program?
The science fair itself?
Yeah.
The day that they have it, it's only going to be later in the afternoon, so it will begin at about 1 o'clock and it'll end right before 4.
Yeah, okay, I'll serve.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Just for my thoughts, I think it's a fantastic job that these students are doing, and you all's leadership with guiding them, something that I think the board can appreciate. And we look forward to continuing to partner with you all and help you all in the ways that we can. And I think these reports periodically show the progress and the work that you all are doing, and I think it is for the betterment of Fairburn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Is there a 5.2, or did she cover both?
No, yes. Dr. Pruitt covered everything, so she covered both 5.1 and 5.2. The planner infiltration system, part 2 of that will be during the next meeting.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. 5.3, building operations update.
Yes, sir. So our buildings operations director was unable to attend this evening, but did send a briefing. The Development Authority Board requested an Environmental 1 assessment of the historic bank building, as well as an asbestos report. The Phase 1 environmental site assessment update includes the following. Environmental Phase 1 assessment has revealed no evidence of recognized environmental conditions, controlled recognized environmental conditions, or historical recognized environmental conditions. The environmental assessment consultant does suggest the presence of asbestos. Yes, yes, sir.
Well, I just want clarity. Is Dan on?
Yes.
Dan,
Dan is here.
is this something that we can talk about in a public forum?
Yeah, I mean, you, on occasion, if there's an exempt topic, an authority can go into executive session, but it's not required to. Now, if we're under some confidentiality obligation, that's different. Something that's provided to us as a public record in order to be treated as a trade secret, there's some steps that have to be followed, including an affidavit. But if we have a confidentiality obligation, either a non-disclosure agreement, or if the document is stamped confidential, then that's different. And I would suggest that we use the real estate exemption to go into executive session if that's the case. If there is no confidentiality obligation, if the board wants to discuss it in open session, you can do that.
Okay. All
Would
right, I
the
don't-
chair like to executive session?
Well, the issue, based upon what Dan said, I don't know if it meets the qualifications.
Okay. Well, that is the extent of the report for now. We do not have the results back from the full report of the asbestos. What was shared was the environmental site assessment update. The other, we will have to await the asbestos full report, and for that reason, we are recommending that we set aside the IGA at least until our next meeting, or until such time that we can have a special call meeting pending the full report.
Okay.
And we can, it may be recommended, Dan, you let me know, that we go into executive session to talk about the real estate portion of this particular item.
That's entirely possible. If we're under no confidentiality obligation, then we have the option. We're not required, but we can, if we want to, go into executive session. Now, since that's, I still don't have a copy of the DDA.
It's not on the agenda, yeah.
Okay, so we would need to amend the agenda. There'd be a motion to amend, and this is coming up. It was unexpected, and Lord knows it was last minute. And it's necessary because of the timing, so it would be appropriate to amend the agenda to go into executive session to discuss this new information, assuming no confidentiality obligation.
Thank you, Dan. In light of the recommendation by the board's attorney, can I have a motion to amend the agenda for the DDA to add an executive session to discuss real estate?
This is Todd Ireland. I move that we amend the agenda so that we could go into executive session to discuss the real estate portion of this item.
Motion has been made. Is there a second?
Second, this is Mika Smith.
All right, motion has been made and properly seconded. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of amending the agenda for the DDA to add an item that would allow us to go into executive session to discuss real estate, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. I would like to go ahead and get a motion that we move into executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of us going into executive session to discuss a real estate matter, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? All right, the ayes have it. All right, all those that are